Hello, and welcome back to The Sims Medieval, The Kingdom of Sigenho, Episode 8. I'm some guy you've never heard of, and today we'll be returning to our quest of the missing child, which of course we are playing on our somewhat self-insert character, our, what is it, Jacobin? Our Jacobin priest, Guy Le Seneschal. So he is trying to find the missing child. Currently our quest performance is gold, a little over halfway through, and we need to gather details from attendant. So let's find our attendant. Is our attendant even around? Oh, we have a well. That's cool. I didn't notice that last time. Wonder where our attendant is. Well, I guess we'll just have to wait around for them to be back. So we might as well go ahead and try to make sure that we're in a good mood, which we seem to have done a pretty good job of when we left off. So, as much as we hate people, let's deal with some. I only have a low chance for that. I should try to get more focused though. Or I'll just let him give praise to the Watcher. Okay, so he's got enjoying the finer things, bathed, attractive, relieved, well rested, and yummy meal. He is focused. And it still only would have been yellow on converting that person. Alright, we'll try it anyway. Aw, he failed to convert that guy. Oh well. Hopefully we'll do better here, but probably not. Since we now have this debuff of hates people. Because we do indeed hate people. But we did convert this other fellow. And we're only slightly focused now. Is there anything else I can do to get us more focused? Ate, bathed, relieved, checked ourselves out, rested. Oh man, what other buffs can I get right now? Maybe if I'm mean to this guy, that might help. Oh, there we go. Let's criticize premises, since I'm entitled. What are our trait options? Discuss fine things, tell to go away, disparage mankind, express utter scorn for this fellow, or mock relentlessly. Let's mock him relentlessly. Maybe that will improve our mood. Yes, I've converted you to our faith, and now I am mocking you. Only slightly focused. Of course, he thinks we're being rude, which is fair, because we are. What other trait things can I do? I could disparage mankind. But we're coming up on time to give our sermon. I did set it for 8 this morning, right? Well, it's set for 8 now, so there we go. Where's our attendant? Alright, let's give a sermon. Calm sermon or an intense sermon? Let's go with an intense sermon again. And let's power through this. There's my attendant. Alright, after the sermon, you should gather details. Alright, so it gives me that bar like on some other mini games, but it's not like I have... Oh, can I change my pitch from calm to intense during the sermon? Oh, okay. I take it like if I pass this little light purple here and start getting up, I can switch to calm and it'll like calm it down a bit. The congregation seemed to like Shepherd Guy's sermon, and the church received 231 simoleons in donations. Great! Oh, and I lost one of my debuffs. I think I'm focused again? Yes. And we are gathering details. I just received news that the child has been spotted near the town square. You should go meet with him quickly. I probably should, but I want to make sure that I get my performance up to platinum first. What are my duties for the day? Discuss Watcher with 2 Jacobins. Reflect on the Watcher for 2 hours. Is Izumi still around? I know she's a Jacobin. I'm assuming my attendant here is a Jacobin. That person's not... Are any of these people here? It doesn't seem like any of the people in the church right now, aside from myself and my attendant, are of the Jacobin faith. So let's try to convert someone once we're done talking to him, so that we can talk to them about the faith, about the Watcher. And we have welcomed her into the faith. So now let's discuss the Watcher with her. And of course, I hate people, so I'm not enjoying this. But I still have enough going on that I am focused. Oh, fiendish. Oh, someone was suffering, so I enjoyed that. Okay. Well, I completed that duty. Now let's give praise to the Watcher. Or... Oh, no, I have to reflect on the Watcher for 2 hours. Spending some time reflecting on the Watcher will help imbue me with the Watcher's wisdom and guidance. How do I reflect on the Watcher? Oh, I click on myself. Okay. Alright, once you're done, let's go ahead and finish giving praise. And now reflect on the Watcher. That's how I always reflect on things. I just raise my arms like that. Oh, and I've done enough of that. I will stop. I'll play at normal speed and then tell it to stop. So I've nearly got my performance maxed. Let's go ahead and take a nap and then eat something, since we're getting kind of tired and hungry. Let's power through that nap. Alright, let's power through that food. Eel soup, that sounds good to me. Especially if we can get some eel sauce for it. Right, I've eaten. What time is it? 6:32. Can I start the sermon late if I set the thing? Yes, I can. I'm going to go ahead and give a sermon again. I'm going to give another intense sermon. Alright, our Jacobin fear is getting higher. Flock is unfearful of the church and attendance has been slacking. Congregation seemed to like Shepherd Guy's sermon and the church received 207 in donations. Great! And we are up to platinum now. Now let's go ask about disappearance. I had left the town because the people had become so complacent with their lives. The ones that found me looked like they had a renewed motive to live, almost like fear. And yeah, that's why we waited to go talk to him, because that did indeed finish the quest. So really, had I just played for like another 10 minutes last time, we would have finished it. Oh well, I really didn't want to make the episode that long, so I guess we're going to finish this quest in this episode. See what we can do. We shouldn't really be able to do anything. We're not going to have enough RPs for anything. And then we'll pick our next quest. So Guy has also leveled to level 3. So he is somewhat better chance of successful sermons, absolutions, and conversions. Good. So the child has been found and safely returned home. Hurrah! We got 20 RP, and the well-being of the kingdom has increased. And now you can see our well-being is up to 2. Our security is still only 1. Our culture is at 4, and our knowledge is at 2. So let's see what our new quest options are, since we do not have enough RP to build anything. And I don't know how I managed to completely fail to see this one last time. Because I had talked about possibly getting the Bard. I was wrong, I called it the Inn, but it's clearly the Tavern. I think this symbol was just a little too similar to this symbol. So it wasn't registering. I was just like ignoring it because it looked too similar to the Kingball Court. But oh well. So we need a total of 30 more RP before we can get our next sim building. Or 10 if we want to build one of these minor things, like the Watcher Pavilion or the Wizard's Tower. Although, right now, our capacity for everything is pretty high. We just need to actually get the, we just need to do quests to get the well-being, security, and knowledge higher. Alright, let's see what our available quests are. Ominous Tides is still a choice. And the Holiday still is. Bric-a-Brac Day, Family Crest, I think I already said that one. Fur, Meat Quest 4. Meat Quest 4? So I think both of these are new. Let's see, what could we do for... Oh no, I remember. This one was one of the options. It's 40 for 3. 50 for 3. That's better. Meat Quest 4. A good merchant could balance supply and demand. A great merchant would search out a need that wasn't being filled and find a profitable way to fill it. The people of Sigenho needed good food in their bellies, but they simply couldn't afford it. Could the merchant produce the perfect meat to fill the gap? I assume we have to play as the merchant for this one. Let's see, what would it give us? 40? And it costs 3. I don't think we're going to be doing that one anymore. Forget, what does the Witch's Back do? That would give us 40. That one would give us 50. And that one would give us 50. Alright, let's look at the returns. And yeah, sorry about the min-maxing. It's probably not the best for storytelling purposes, but that's just what this kind of game does. Which is actually one of the reasons why I was kind of disappointed with this game at first. I mean, it's a fun game, and I probably never would have gotten it if it didn't have the Sims branding, but I probably would have enjoyed it more initially without the Sims branding. Because, you know, you start a game, it's part of a franchise, so you've got certain expectations going in. So that's 50. How much does this one cost? 3. Bric-a-brac day. We'll get us 50 for 3. Royal holiday would get us what? 30 for 2. That's what, 15? Eating it on full would give us a bunch of culture. The ominous tides would give us what again? 40. It would give us security and knowledge. Security is our lowest. We have to play with the monarch for this. But it would also give us 20 RP per quest point. Yeah, I think this is clearly our best choice right now. So today we're going to be starting Ominous Tides, prelude to the war. Wreckage from a ship has washed ashore in Sigenho, and along with it a survivor of the deadly attack which sunk the vessel. Is this simply another ship lost to the perils of the open sea, or is danger creeping toward the kingdom? Shipwrecked sailor. Investigate the mysterious shipwreck off the coast of Sigenho. And we have to choose our monarch. She's the only one that can do this, and she says strange things are afoot in Sigenho. Lady Sachiko, monarch level 4. She's only level 4? I thought we'd leveled her more than that. Lady Sachiko was on her way to the beach to meet with Royal Advisor Kathy. Hours earlier, a sailor had washed ashore along with some ship wreckage. Lady Sachiko hoped to learn what had happened out on the waves. Let's see, she is looking for a fight. Oh, that's right, she's bloodthirsty. It is 10:20 something in the evening. We should probably just have her go to bed right now. She is focused. Our performance is ticking up. This is only 2, so it's probably going to be a somewhat shorter quest. I don't think we're going to finish it in this episode, though. Just because, you know, gotta finish it on platinum. I mean, otherwise, what are we even doing? Oh, she can't just go up because she's in the... What's it called? What is it called again? I don't remember. But yeah, go home. I forgot I could just click here to say go home. Alright, power through going home. We'll focus on you. We'll go upstairs. Alright, go to bed, Sachiko. We'll power through that. And when you get up in the morning, have something to eat. Who's using my tub? The build master. Okay. Take a bath. Relieve yourself. Dusty up. And check yourself out. Oh, see, we're almost up to gold already. And we've done practically nothing. We haven't even started on the quest. Nor have we even addressed any duties yet. And as she sleeps, she got hungry, which is why food was the first thing I queued up. Right. Get something to eat. Have rabbit soup this morning. There we go. Go take your bath. So someone just walked in on the Queen's bath to use the mirror. Interesting. I like how it pixeled her out a bit, even though clearly the way it showed things, the chamber pot would have been under her dress anyway, so we wouldn't have seen anything anyway. But whatever. Right, keep gussying up, and then check yourself out. And there we go. A nice focused monarch. Your duties should be hitting in about an hour. Let's go investigate the wreckage. And look at her go. Looks like they've sorted the wreckage and there's that poor wretch of a sailor still passed out. I see. Royal Advisor Kathy, where are you? Give me a status report. Right here, Your Highness. The guards have searched through the wreckage and can provide further details if you wish to hear them. The sailor is alive but hasn't come to. What do you wish of me? Alright, so I need to give Royal Advisor Kathy her orders. I can tell her to revive the sailor. I need information now, or return to the castle and summon our staff. Revive the sailor. I need information now. I have to sick my parrot on someone and write 2 new laws. Okay. I really wish I could disable that particular duty. Yes, my lady, I shall see what can be done to awaken our half-drowned guest. Where am I? Am I dead? Lady Sachiko, come quickly, the sailor is waking. Alright, so question about shipwreck. And I'm still looking for a fight. I'm alive, praise be to the Watcher. I didn't get a good look at our attackers, they hit us in the middle of the night. Before I knew what was happening, I was thrown into the cold black waves and our ship was burning. We had a crew of 30. You must sail to look for survivors, I beg you. What a horrible situation. I wonder if the guards have gained any insight from examining the wreckage. I had better set off soon if there is to be any hope of finding survivors. Alright, so I could set sail to search for survivors. Let me ask one of my guards about the wreckage. And then I'm gonna fight my royal advisor. Just because I'm still looking for a fight. Wow! This wood has been badly splintered. It looks like the ship was hit by cannon fire. The other 2 guards have their own theories about who is behind the attack. I guess I should talk to the other guards. But, wow, look at how quickly our quest performance has gone up. Okay, we beat someone. Oh, I lost a friend. And I lost the fight. Oh no. I didn't even realize she was a friend. Friendly, let's apologize to our advisor for fighting with her. And then let's get to know her. And then let's ask our other guards about the wreckage. And I guess we're friends again, and so I lost a friend debuff. This looks like the work of pirates to me, Your Majesty. Alright. What does the other one have to say? Why do I have an excitable guard? Oh no, that's my advisor. Alright. Why are you talking to Kathy? I told you to ask the other guard about the wreckage.
Ja,
This could be the work of the Merchants Guild. I hear they can be pretty ruthless with non-guild traders. Alright, so I'm going to address my my royal duties before we go ahead and go out to sea to search for survivors. Because yeah, searching for survivors is important, but I have my own place to rule first. That's slightly more... taking care of things here is slightly more important than dealing with foreign merchants. Alright, so let's go ahead and go to my inventory. Here's my stupid parrot. There we go. Call my Amazon parrot.
okay.
Oh, that's right. I have to click on the parrot for this. So, sick parrot on Tridonian Emissary Delphine. Why? I mean, I get that I've decided I sometimes beat up my vassals. But why? Why? Would the game specifically have something like that as one of my duties? Why am I not wearing my awesome Frogga hat? I'm going to go the extra mile today and take on more responsibilities. Great. You picked the perfect time for that, Sachiko, for that to finally kick in. So I need to ask 2 citizens about life in Sigenho, and I still need to write laws. So go home so you can write those laws. Alright, where is my desk? Where's my desk? Write a new law. Alright, and now write a new law. Yay, we wrote new laws. Let's ask this person about living in Sigenho. Who is this? I can't see them because of the architecture. But I successfully asked them, so that's that. Let's go ask our buildmaster about living in Sigenho. Oh, and look at that, we're already at Platinum. I told you to go ask your buildmaster about living in Sigenho. Do it. And we completed our extra duty. So now... Wait. Oh, nice. I have a +10 to my focus from wearing the Frogga hat. Cool. Right, let's go sail to look for survivors. And watch our performance tick up even more as we walk over there. So fast. Alright. Alright, search for wreckage and survivors. Not long after setting sail, Lady Sachiko and her crew came upon a thick fog. Slow and steady ahead, keep a swift eye for any debris. The fog enveloped the ship, and all eyes were on the water as the cold fog dampened all sense of direction in a muffling blanket of mist. Wreckage sighted off the starboard bow. A gruesome visage emerged from the mist. Shark-bitten bodies clung to the scattering of debris which marked the watery grave of the Bright Destiny. I guess that was the name of the ship. There are no survivors here, milady. Let us sail back to Sigenho. The wind started to pick up and the fog began to clear as they returned to head back to the dock. Suddenly, a cannon shot rang out and a giant splash erupted from the water right next to Sachiko's ship. Enemy ship approaches! Full sail ahead! Ready the cannons in case she tries to pursue. After another cannon blast And near miss, the enemy ship dropped its sails and remained hidden in the fog. Lady Sachiko and crew returned to Sigenho, wondering who the mysterious ship belonged to. And she is hungry, and she's getting tired. Oh, she's leveled! She can now do Mortal Blow, special combat move, Furious Onslaught, combat tone, and fighting proficiency has increased. Nice. The seas have always been dangerous, but this kind of aggression cannot go unchecked. I shall confer with Royal Advisor Kathy to decide our course of action, but first, what will I tell Ilaria about her crew? Who's Ilaria? Is that the captain of my ship? Report finding... Oh, it was the shipwrecked sailor. Well, I'm not gonna lie. We found your crew, there were no survivors. I'm really sorry to report this to you, but that's what happens. How did it go? Did you find any of my shipmates? I feared as much. Thank you for your effort. Alright, and now our quest performance is matched. Wow. I feel bad for Ilaria, but there's nothing that can be done to help now. I need to head back to the castle to meet with Royal Advisor Kathy and tell her what happened out on the water. Of course there's something that can be done. Justice. We could find those responsible and put them to death. Go home. Power through that, and then get something to eat. And then get some sleep. Yeah, I know you're hungry. Oh, my servant isn't around. Why do I even have servants now? Make yourself something to eat. Have some mushroom soup. Mushrooms sound good right now. Okay, we have to tell Royal Advisor Kathy about the enemy ship. We ate. We're pretty tired now. We should go ahead and sleep for the night. And then in the morning, we will do our normal ritual. We'll bathe. We'll relieve ourselves. We'll gussy up. And instead of checking ourselves out, we'll admire ourselves that day. Oh, that's right, and I can't queue up social actions while sleeping. When did she get a carved wooden horse? Interesting. Good morning, Sachiko. And then when you're done getting ready, talk to your advisor about the enemy ship. Power through this bath. Talk to your advisor. Talk to your advisor. Your ship was fired upon. Come to the tactical map and show me where you were attacked. I will, but first I'm getting hungry. And I still can't call for food. Such a sorry state in the kingdom when the queen has to make her own food all the time. Let's have some turnip soup this morning. And then we'll go discuss hostile ship at the tactical map. Let's power through breakfast. No. I really hate it when you guys do this. I had you make food because you were hungry. Let's see, we were not far off from the coast, just a bit south of this position here. They attacked us after we found the wreckage of the ship. Strange, those waters are known to be especially dangerous. They're close to the Tridonian trade route, and sometimes attack pirates from Arbiville, but they generally don't involve other kingdoms. I summoned our scouts. Hopefully they'll be able to shed some light on the situation. We must be sure that Sigenho is prepared in case things become more dire. I wish I could make those pop-ups stay a little longer without having to switch back and forth between them like that. Okay, so get a scout report. So I have to get scout reports from a couple of people. Did I eat my soup yet? No. Go eat. What happened to my soup? Did she spend that long showing the... She made herself soup, and she never ate it, and now it's gone. Someone else must have eaten it. It wasn't this guy, because, he was eating gruel. Well, he's around, so I can call for food now. And then I'll hear a report from this scout, and then I'll hear a report from my other scout. Yes, Lady Sachiko, I will get you some food right away. Better. Your Majesty, there's been a sudden increase in Arbiville pirate activity. There are rumors that Dread Captain Clarissa Darktide has called a meeting of the tribunal and that the Red and Black fleets have been doing heavy recruiting. We should proceed with caution. My lady, the Tridonian Guild Consortium had an emergency meeting with Admiral Horace Mandrake of the Tridonian Navy to discuss countermeasures against increased pirate attacks. I haven't seen things this heated in Tridonia before. Okay, both of my guys said yes, Your Majesty, whatever. This is troubling news. Return to your scouting assignments in Arbiville and Tridonia. Continue to gather information and send word back to Sigenho. I'll have a word with Lieutenant Milligan about our kingdom's security. If war is coming, we need to be prepared. Alright, so make security arrangements with Lieutenant Milligan. Did I get food yet? I am eating right now. Okay, good. What am I having? Onion soup. That sounds better than turnip soup, to be honest. My duties for the day are write Treaty of Ongoing Peace and pass an edict, but I can honestly afford to ignore stuff right now. So discuss security arrangements. See that our forces are prepared, Lieutenant. See that our forces are prepared, Lieutenant Milligan. We have avoided battle for now, but there is a war brewing, and I have a bad feeling we haven't seen the last of it. And that was our quest. Wow, we did actually finish it today. So your hero, Sim, has advanced to a new level. Okay, so she is now level 6. Her fighting proficiency has increased. She's now Lady Sachiko the Great. Awesome. So we got our 40 RP. We got our security and knowledge. Lady Sachiko the Great discovered the fate of shipwrecked sailor Ilaria's ship and crew, but the reason behind the attack remained a mystery. Sigenho's ship was attacked at sea by an unknown enemy. Meanwhile, scouts reported that Tridonia and Arbiville are on the brink of war. A storm looms on the horizon for Sigenho. Alright. Oh, that area is called the reception hall. There we go. So, we now have 60 resource points. We could build and we could get another hero. Sure, why not? Let's take care of that now at the end of the episode. And then after that, we'll pick our new quest on our next episode. So we could get the Wizard's Tower, the Smithy, the Tavern, the Pateran Monastery, or the barracks? What are our aspects like? We have a ridiculous amount of well-being available. I keep seeing things that would give us multiple cultures, so let's build something that'll give us culture capacity. So that's not the barracks or the wizard's tower. The smithy would give like 1 culture capacity, and the tavern would do 2 culture, 1 well-being, and 1 knowledge. And how about the Pateran Monastery? We'd do 3 culture and a knowledge, and then we'd have a rival cleric. Let's go ahead and build the tavern, since it was what I really wanted to build last time, but for some reason I was just blind to this symbol. So yeah, let's build our tavern. We'll go with the furnished version, and so now we need a bard. Let's see, what are our options here? Hesperus Olivares, who is greedy, dedicated, and with elite constitution, or Eliza Sloan, who a whale ate her parents, and she's also dedicated, and she's a glutton. Interesting. So both of the pre-made, or randoms or whatever, have dedicated. So I think that's a sign.
Barnies.
And we will of course create our bard, and I think we will give our bard the dedicated trait. Just because the game seems to want us to have a dedicated bard. Alright, so our spy is female. Our merchant is male. Our priest is male. Our physician is female, and our monarch is female. So it'd be a ratio of 2 to 1 in favor of females if I let her be female, and it would be even if I make them male. Let's randomize. Let's randomize again. What was one more random? Let's see what happens if we do male. Yeah, I think we'll go with this guy here. Alright, it's a random name. Russell Bowie? No, I think not. Troy Runeville? No. Cameron Beckwith? No. Huggins, Spicer, Dennis, Clary, Case, Beach, Spalding, Simpson, Gardner. There we go. A profession that he does not possess. And Arthur's a good name. Arthur Gardner. I wonder if he will be pushing someone else to write a composition and just applying more and more pressure on them.
Bazeli bem. Moprelim. Sherubin Konich. Binarek. Farundis. Swavent.
I think I prefer that voice for him. Alright, so I decided we were going to go with dedicated. I know our monarch is already dedicated, but the game seemed to want us to have a dedicated bard. And what's another good trait for our bard? Adventurous, chivalrous would be good. Eloquent would be good. I think we made our merchant eloquent though. Yes, an excitable bard. Our spy is friendly, you know that. He could be fun-loving, which would make sense. Dedicated and fun-loving, that'd be fun. Greedy, hopeful, jokester? No, you're a bard, not a jester. A scholarly bard would be fun. An unkempt bard. Yes, that sounds great. Or a solitary bard. That's almost as bad as a misanthrope priest. I think we're gonna make him... want fun-loving or chivalrous? I think we're gonna go with chivalrous. Maybe when we get our knight, they'll be fun-loving. Alright, now what will be his fatal flaw? Weak constitution, uncouth... You know, I'm tempted to go back, change it to unkempt, and then have an uncouth and unkempt bard. Chivalrous, dedicated, and licentious. I think that's exactly what we're going to do. Let's play into bardic stereotypes and make him licentious. Alright, I think I want to give him a hat or a different haircut. Oh, I don't want to get into that stuff. Clothing, there we go. Hair? Okay. Hats and hair are the same thing. Are they nice looking floppy hats? That looks like a good hat for a bard. I think we want to change his outfit too. Something that works better with that hat. Maybe give him some facial hair. Ah, that's a good look. Sorry if I'm putting that same one on all the men, but I mean, as far as I'm concerned, that's probably the best looking facial hair on him. I think that works. Or maybe... Now let's go with that. And then let's look at his outfit. Alright, what fit will we give our bard? Oh, that works great with the hat. I'm not even sure I need to look at anything else. I kind of want to look at these, so... No, we're going with that other one. Yeah. I like that look. Alright, so we'll accept our sim. Arthur Gardner. And there we go. And then first thing next time, we will check out our new quests available. If there are new quests available, and we'll figure out what we're doing. So, thank you for watching our very brief finishing of The Missing Child. And our brief Ominous Tides. You know the deal. Like, dislike, subscribe, ring the bell, comment. Sharing would be great too. If you've been enjoying this, please feel free. Please do tell your friends that you think might enjoy what I do here as well. So, thank you. I, of course, have been some guy you've never heard of. Unless, of course, you have.